I believe that if you show kids better, they can do better.
Yeah. Right.
If they don't know no better, they can't do no better, right?
That's right.
I read that 95% of candidates run for local office. Why is that? Maybe it's because 95% of the offices are local, or maybe 99% of the people tell you, you should run for alderman. Oh man, you should run for alderman. That's what they say to me at the gas station on 83. Run for alderman, man. Why are you running for Congress? Oh man, you don't know if you can win alderman. You should run for alderman. That's what they tell me. Listen. That sounds like Jay-Z uncle. Didn't Jay-Z uncle say, man, you ain't never gonna sell 1 million records? Jay-Z sold 1 million records 1 million times. You talking about the good people at the currency exchange? That's what they tell me. Listen, I'm optimistic.
Optimistic.
That's the way I was raised. I learned what the word optimistic meant when I was 10 years old, riding the bus with my pops. I call him Pops. Me and Pops, we would ride the bus all day. Homeless. Wasting time on the bus. And we'll hop off the bus and we'll go to the movie theater. We'll go from cinema to cinema to cinema inside the theater without leaving or paying. We just go watch movies all day. I watched The Demolition Man, Congo, and something with Kurt Russell in it the same day. It was the 90s. We would leave the movie theater before it got dark. We'll walk outside and we'll look for change on the ground so we could buy some dinner at night. I could spot a nickel from across the street. I was that good.
Jesus.
Listen, my only goal at that time, was to find 50 cents so I could buy 2 Little Debbie snacks. That was my dinner. White zebra cakes, that was my favorite.
Jesus.
If we didn't find any change on the ground, my dad would have to go steal us dinner at Jules.
Jesus.
He'd make me wait outside in the parking lot and go in. He'd come back out with a pack of hot dogs and some lunch meat. He'd have him a tall can of Old English 800, and then give me an orange juice. Make sure you get that orange juice in your system. He would tell you, ain't know if we have to sleep outside tonight. Get that orange juice in your system, he'd tell me. I would eat the food is good when you're hungry.
Jesus.
When you're homeless. I say, Dad, thank you for going in Jules and stealing our food tonight.
Jesus.
My dad would look down at me almost disgusted, I ain't never stole nothing a day in my life. I said, what you trying to tell me, Pops? Man, don't put that on me. I ain't never stole nothing a day in my life. Get that orange juice in your system. He ain't know if he's gonna sleep outside. He had to wipe the spiders off me at night. We'll break into apartments and sleep on the floor, take cold showers. I still take a cold shower once a year to this day, so I don't forget.
Jesus.
One day we was riding the bus and my dad said, we gonna move back up to Chicago. We gonna move, about to get a job. I'm gonna be optimistic about my future. I was 10 years old. I said, that's a 4-syllable word. What does optimistic mean, Dad? My dad said the word optimistic means being confident and hopeful towards the future.
My Lord. Yes, Lord.
From that day forward, that was always my favorite word in the dictionary. I wasn't afraid of a lot of things after that summer. I wasn't afraid of being homeless again because I leaned upon my sense of optimism.
Yeah.
I wasn't afraid to go to college in Nebraska in the middle of nowhere because I was still optimistic. I wasn't afraid to go to Cook County Jail and start my nonprofit organization, my block, my hood, my city, because I was still optimistic.
Yeah.
So when people run up on me, they say, hey, how you gonna beat Congressman Rush? Obama couldn't even do that. You ain't Barack Obama. They say, how you gonna beat all these other candidates that's jumping in? Senator this, state representative that. Jesse Jackson, how you gonna win? Oh man, I don't think you can win. I think back on that term, optimistic.
Yeah.
I'm optimistic. Listen, the truth is I was never running for Congress against Congressman Rush. I'm not running against all these other candidates. I'm running for safer communities. I'm running for better funded schools. I'm running for those kids that go to the alternative high schools. Their guidance counselor tell them to go to the military. They say, Jahmal, are my ideas good enough? I'm running for them. I'm running for the kids in the homeless shelter that's embarrassed to go eat their food because the principals and their classmates is volunteering with the clear gloves. That's embarrassing. I'm not running against these other candidates, y'all. I'm running against gun violence. I'm a victim of gun violence. I got shot a couple months ago in my arm. The bullet's still in my arm. I walked through the airport, they gotta stop me. I'm not running against these other candidates, man. I'm running against poverty of imagination, a deficit of hope, right? Listen, it's a thing. I was the first candidate to announce their candidacy last February, right? I did it in the cold. I did it. I talked to Congressman Rush to his face and told him. I did it when it was uncomfortable. I did it when it was inconvenient. I did it because I believe in change. I believe the federal government can and should be doing more for the South Side of Chicago. I believe that my perspective is needed in D.C.
Yeah.
Listen, this is the truth, though. I'm going to be finished in a second. I want to let you know what the truth is. It's hard to be optimistic in Chicago. It's hard to be optimistic when you got to order your breakfast through bulletproof glass windows every day.
My Lord.
Can I get the Doritos? The guy goes to get them and slides them through a bulletproof glass jar like you in jail. It's hard to be optimistic when there's 15 currency exchanges in your neighborhood and ain't no banks.
My Lord.
You ask a kid, what's the job at a bank? They don't know. It's hard to be optimistic when the biggest billboard in your neighborhood say cheap divorce, $6,000 tax advances. You go to Burger King, in the window it say $29 divorce. You can't be optimistic like that.
My Lord.
It's hard to be optimistic when you're looking over your shoulder all day at people. You can't dream when you're scared. It's hard to be optimistic, but it's easy for me. It's easy for me to be optimistic when I look at Bishop Trotter's eyes. He ain't know me from nobody. You welcome me in. He passed the torch to me. That's how I want to be when I get older. He ain't put no guard up against me. He said, I heard what you're doing, and come have lunch with me. It's easy to be optimistic when I look in the eyes of teenagers. You take them downtown, they say, what ocean is that? I said, that's Lake Michigan. These teenagers, they never waited for a taxi before, never been on an elevator before. It's easy for me to be optimistic when I think about exposing them to DC. It's easy for me to be optimistic when I listen to my daughter. She's 11. She say, Dad, let me show you the artwork I just drew. And I know we ain't got to sleep outside at night. So listen, y'all. I'm optimistic. So when people say, when you go out, they say, why are you going to vote for Jahmal Cole? Why don't you vote for whoever's running? No matter their name. When they say, don't say Jahmal Cole is going to restore a sense of optimism to the South Side of Chicago that we ain't seen in 100 years. We need to be optimistic about things on the South Side of Chicago. And I just want to come share with y'all who I am and why I do what I do. I do it for the teenagers in Cook County Jail that can't dream bigger than their surroundings. I do it for the block clubs in Chatham, the communities of my classrooms. And most importantly, man, I do it for my family, and I do it for God. Thank y'all for having me, man.